On behalf of the Research Conference Committee, I am Mary Quirk, and together with Catherine, Ebru, Stella and Shalane, I want to welcome you all here today. In what has been a crazy year, and it has certainly been one that's been challenging and full of uncertainty, hasn't it? We found an unexpected opportunity. I met the ladies online, and together we worked hard, learning from last year's gang, designing new ways to celebrate educational research in a physically distanced world. And here we are, kickstarting this virtual, while we hope sociable, conversation. Now, as I prepared for today, I found myself thinking more about our voice as educational researchers and how important it is that we find that voice midst all the noise. And you know, I've never actually met Catherine, Stella, Ebru or Shalane, but I believe together we have found an authentic voice. Our voices are powerful. They represent a great diversity from across the globe, actively exploring learning, ambition, inclusion, through stories, drama and design. Our hope is that together with you and your work, we represent a new world of educational research. And today we all aim to unselfishly share our research in a considered and inclusive way in conference, hoping that our stories will inspire others. Now, my interests are universal design for learning, career guidance and inclusion. And you know, I've realised no young person has ever shared with me that they want to be an educational researcher or an academic so they can change the world. But why not? Isn't that what we're all here aiming to do? It is, after all, also the ambition of the UN SDG goals. And it got me thinking, an educational research has a very authentic voice, the very best kind. And to be a researcher and academic, ready to share, means you care. So we all need to use our voice. Sound impossible? But then I didn't think I'd ever find myself organising a virtual conference in a pandemic, while raising teens and running a business, doing a PhD, trying to do my best, just as you all have been doing. So anything is possible. And you know, if I'm honest, in that first meeting online when I met my 4 research colleagues, with all that was going on at the time, a fine Cork expression popped into my mind. Oh, I'm allergic. But together we decided there and then to organise an event that would be fun, inclusive, and aim to share research in a way that ensured we were all part of a bigger learning conversation. Wherever, whoever, however you like to learn best. The bar was high. A virtual educational academic conference embracing the values of universal design, or UDL. A day with some fun and offering possible and positive change, optimism and hope. A real when life gives you lemons, make lemonade day.
What's my story? I'm Catherine, and let me ask you something. Do you like stories? Let me tell you a little bit about my story. One day, when I was 15 years old, I went to school, I came home, and I didn't go back to school until I was in my 40s. And I would never have guessed that coming up to 50 in July, I would be in Trinity College doing a PhD. So for anyone who's thinking of going back to education as a mature student, it's never too late. So my area of interest is in early childhood education and care as a preschool teacher in the past. And I am really passionate about improving the quality of education in the preschool. It gets a little bit forgotten sometimes. So I was thinking, what can we do to help children learn? My field of knowledge is in storytelling, oral storytelling, no books. And I also wanted to help children think better, because when you think better, you're a really good problem solver, which is so important for young children. So I have my topic, oral storytelling. I was so happy, but then of course the pandemic came along. Now this worried me because for me, storytelling is all about the connection between the teller and the listener. And how could you do that online? Now this is where my learning really started. When I started doing the PGR Research Committee with the 4 ladies, I learned so much about them. We built wonderful relationships. Every Monday for an hour, well, 2 hours a lot at the time, we would not just do the admin stuff where we were organising the conference. We shared stories about our research, but we also shared stories about our families and what we were missing because of social distancing and all of that. And it helped me to learn that there's so much more ways of thinking about your research, and that the online platform, it is possible. I knew then it was possible to do my research if we can't get out of this in the next 6-7 months. So my vision going forward, I see a world where, regardless of pandemics and the challenges that may be facing us, we can build fabulous relationships, make really strong connections, and learn from and with each other in the physical world, hopefully, but if not, we can do it in the online platform. So I know now for the next 2 years I will be having great fun learning about how to work with children and their teachers, spreading stories of all sorts and getting the children to engage in thinking and talking in the classroom. And this has really evolved from working with the 4 ladies in the research committee. And I really enjoyed it, and I'm excited about the next 2 years of my research and seeing where that's going to go.
Hello everyone, 大家好. I'm Stella from Hong Kong. I'm a counselor and a speech language therapist. Thanks Mary for observing my qualities of innovations and energy. In fact, I did not plan to have innovations. I knew we needed to review your abstract submissions, so I learned to be a peer reviewer at the Web of Science. Now here, you all got a super pass. Learning at any level involves making good connections in order to stay positive. While my research is on children's well-being and Lego, my own learning, particularly at this time, has meant that I need to work harder on my own emotional well-being. The positive energy I share with my colleagues in TCD has been a big part of my learning journey. It turned out connecting with 4 smart ladies helped me orientate in this new country, new college. The day I got lost in Trinity for the 4th time, Shilin comforted me that she also got lost all the time in her year 1. A surprise came when I saw a quote at the Trinity entrance. Good education is life-changing. Great education is world-changing. It reminded me of the meaning of our research. About energy, in those busy meetings and studies, sometimes we don't have time to process our disappointment. I'm so grateful to have Catherine as my research buddy, who just understood my disappointment when I could not get my clinical qualification, and she gave me space. Finally, to stay positive, Ibu and I both are international students. When we face uncertainties, we make them positive. For example, when I did a hotel quarantine in Hong Kong, I ordered my favorite dim sums from a Michelin restaurant. The learnings are stay connected, eat well and sleep well. 保持聯絡，食好啲，瞓好啲。
Hi everyone, merhaba, I'm Ebru from Turkey. Sharing knowledge and making contributions on voluntary basis have always been appealing for me, as I'm a teacher. My motivation comes from the heart, not from what I would gain. Thus, having worked in conference organizations before, I didn't hesitate to join the team when I received an email about it. I was eager to share what I know and to learn from my team members. My research area is arts-based pedagogy, intercultural aesthetic engagement, and identity. As a researcher working on intercultural matters, working with 4 colleagues from 3 different countries was a great opportunity. While discovering our lovely differences, once again, I realized kindness and good heart are universal. Hereby, I want to answer the most commonly asked question to me. Why am I doing all this? Instead of leaning back and enjoying the weather in Turkey, why PhD? Why community? My answer is simple. I enjoy this. Life is an endless puzzle and I love adding pieces to my own puzzle as well as to others. I love the effort and the process. Isn't it being a teacher, a researcher, or even a human?
Hello everyone, I'm Xining from China and I have been living in Ireland for 4 years. I am the Sustainable Energy and Democratic Coordinator of this team. The COVID-19 pandemic has led to extraordinary global health and economic crises and educational disruptions in recent years. However, thanks to COVID-19 pandemic, it brings 5 of us to have virtual gathering every week. In terms of my role in our team, I am a social media person, a technician, and also a much-needed timekeeper for chanting women. So you might guess my research is about education and technology. Fortunately, we have been able to coexist with cutting-edge technologies and, more importantly, learn how we can use high-tech to serve everyone better during the pandemic. Using high-tech means we can prepare and have a successful online conference with you. And also, we can explore issues in this pandemic era to make positive differences. Plus, my research projects also have different components, such as virtual reality, rural education, and rural children's well-being, as well as neuroscience. And very much enjoy researching and working in an interdisciplinary setting, and we share this concept with you, our audience, because it is necessary to develop, refresh, expand, and innovate our thinking and learning together with my colleagues with this strong woman research power. We could shape our educational practice for the future. Also, learning positively from this COVID-19 pandemic, we understand that making these connections is now more relevant than ever. Thus, it is our honor to conclude this open video in the voice of researching, rethinking, and making tight and strong connections for a great diversity of people with a little fun added in. Thank you very much.